This is Slade McClendon with Sunbelt Fire. Today I have the privilege of being at the Spanish Fort Fire Department visiting with firefighter Neil Scherer. Neil, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to come up here and talk to you. And we're going to talk about this actual apparatus, that this is their newest delivery of a Sunbelt Fire 12-foot rescue skid unit style body. But before we get going, Neil, how long have you been with the fire service?
I'd say about 5 years, coming up in September. Yeah, it has been 5 years then.
Wow. Well, Neil, I appreciate your time today, and for what I want to do is just talk about, one, about the truck, but also the application of the truck. Again, that this is a 12-foot aluminum extruded Sunbelt Fire body, and we'll do a walk around of the truck here, but what we're going to show you is really having Neil just take us through the actual body compartments and kind of how y'all are using them, why y'all use them, for what y'all put in there. And then when we get to the rear that you'll actually see the whole skid unit application. It's not your typical type of a skid unit. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. But Neil, how about kind of starting us off on the body right here?
Absolutely. This is a nice body we have here. It's got a lot of room in it. This first compartment right here is a through compartment, transverse compartment. It's got a lot of our backboards on here, scoop stretcher, Stokes basket. We just recently, before we got the truck, we took delivery of this X-strut, aluminum X-strut, jacks or struts. It comes with 6 jacks, or 6 struts and 3 jacks. It's been really neat to kind of play with, and we've demoed it a few times in our open house. But it's very nice, and this truck, as you can see, has plenty of room for it. Comes with all these straps down here and different kind of connections. We got this different things like this pull-out tray. It supports our air packs right on this side, and then on the other side we've got axes, and in the back there's kind of like some pry bar. A lot of equipment up here. Also in this compartment we got our light tower control. And on this truck they've put for us a LED light tower. It's a 12-volt system, and it shines really bright. Really lights up the scene at night. Really useful. And you know, being 12-volt and LED, we don't have to have any kind of generator. Generator for it like that.
So that just deploys up and you move around.
Absolutely. Very useful.
Gotcha. Now, over the wheel well, you're just putting your, is that more of a medical?
Yeah, it's kind of a medical compartment. Oxygen tanks, we've got all of our splints and suction unit, and right up here they have a power source where we can plug in this suction unit to keep on charge. You know, med bag and AED, and it's got plenty of room for all of our medical equipment needs.
Gotcha. All right, and then in the back compartment here.
Back compartment where we keep our airbags. We have a complete airbag system with hoses, regulator, and a controller. We have our one of these on every truck. It's a water rescue bag. It's got life jackets and ropes and whistles and whatnot. 2 extinguishers down here, 1 water, oil dry, water, and this right here is a 12,000 pound winch. We got it for the truck, and on the truck it's kind of interesting. We have these receivers on. There's one on each side of the back bumper, one in the very rear, and then one in the front, and you can take that winch and place it wherever you need to. Not so much for winching the truck out, but just for you know, anchor point maybe, or moving things around, getting one of our Kubota, you know, if it gets stuck, we can use it for that.
Well, that's huge. I mean, I'm seeing more people starting to use that application because it is remote, and to your point, it can go to any side of the truck.
Right, very versatile.
All right, on the back of this, folks, this is really neat for what they've done and designed here on, you know, on their skid unit application of there. But why don't you kind of walk them through? I think this is it's a 300-gallon water tank,
right?
And then does it have a 10-gallon? Is it 10 gallons for Class B and 20 gallons for Class A?
Correct. Total tank is 330 gallons, like you said. 10 for Class B, 20 for Class A. Car fires, you know, for the hydrocarbons, or you know, woods fires, we're use Class A from. It's a rated pump. I think 250 gallons per minute, so it's got a lot of capacity for what we might need to do with it. It's a diesel motor. It's I think a Briggs & Stratton diesel engine, and it draws its fuel from the same source as the truck, so it's just one diesel fuel tank. Crank it up right here. It's pretty loud. I'll crank it up real quick for you. again, a very capable pump. We have right here 2 outlets, 1-inch Forester nozzle, our hose, and 1 3/4 hose. And then right here we have a 2-inch you can hook that up to this discharge, and then there's also a 2.5-inch intake here for taking in water on hydrants or whatever you need to do there.
Awesome. Quite a system here. Another neat thing, I was talking to Neil inside the cab there. Obviously they have their rear directional light bar, but they also have their backup camera, which is wired into their actual GPS system as well. So if they're not using the GPS, or if they put it in reverse, it'll automatically display, on the screen on the inside. Now the other side is where a lot of people obviously are now starting to see the application from just the whole rescue style in general down there. But why don't you just kind of walk us through each compartment here?
Yeah, sure. This actually came off of our old truck. It's a high pressure, low volume pump. It does about 300 to 400 PSI at about 13 gallons a minute. It also draws off the same water tank as our rated pump over here, but this is a very, very efficient use of our water. We used to put car fires out with this all the time. Now if you have something bigger, you can use that rated pump, but most applications, small woods fires and small vehicle fires, you can use this and it'll do the job very well. Then we have extra hose down here. Here's an intake hose. This is a little shorter section, about 10 feet.
Sure.
And then this Pan A reel here automatically rewinds.
And what's the length on this for you to deploy it? I mean, roughly.
I think it's about 200 feet.
Okay.
For that
Folks,
reel there.
This is pretty neat right here on the high pressure system here. And if you ever want any more information, feel free to contact us, and feel free to contact Spanish Fort Fire Department. But they have got a lot of truck right here, because you're seeing different applications for whether it's a traditional, skid unit style, of a pump, or tied into a actual high pressure system as well. So this is pretty neat right here. All right.
This is where we keep most of our cribbing here. It's kind of a mess. It's we haven't really just found a good way to actually store all this cribbing other than just stack it all in there.
Sure.
But you can get bolt cutters on both of these doors. These chains, these little clusters here, came with part of our X-strut aluminum strut set. Just a lot of different uses for this thing. A lot of different ways to connect to cars, to trees or anchors, or however you need to do what you're trying to do. Plates back here as come along. Chains and tarps. Just everything you might need for your general extrication or stabilization mission.
Wow. Awesome. And then the front compartment, obviously.
Yeah, this is obviously where we keep all of our extrication equipment. We use Amcus, and it's just been really good. We like it a lot. It's this reel. We didn't use this much on our old truck. It's a 50-foot reel, and it just kind of sat up there. We never really used it because we always pulled these hoses. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but these hoses right back here, we always pull those off. But what we were able to do, and what Sunbelt was able to do for us with this truck, was mount this reel up here, and we have it connected to these spreaders. That's what we probably use the most in an extrication situation. So it makes it real easy. This slide-out tray, and I didn't show you this, but on the motor out there, you can pull that out too. But this slide-out tray, bring that out, and you can crank your jaws up and just take this and run with it, to wherever in the vehicle you need to go. It makes it really easy for fast deployment, and really saves a lot of time. Like I said earlier, this is the transverse compartment, so this goes all the way through. These backboards, we can remove these from this side, as well as the scoop stretcher and our stokes basket. But we have enough room in here for our spreaders, cutters, and our ram. And then we keep our spare hoses over there, so if we need to, connect another unit, we can do that as well. Or, if we need to put on extra length to the hose reel, we can do that. So, a lot of different applications.
Folks, y'all are seeing this is an amazing job for what the Spanish Fort Fire Department has done. That they've been able to put so many facets to this truck for what they can do if they get called out, to a scene. Now they obviously have a full fleet for whether it's their traditional custom pumpers or for whether they need their platform. But this truck right here provides an enormous amount of resources for them. So Neil, I want to thank you for the time today for letting me just talk to you. Also want to thank Chief Few of the Spanish Fort Fire Department for continuing to put their trust and faith into Sunbelt Fire and to let us work with them, but also for doing a great job, not just in designing the truck, but for Chief and his department for what they do in protecting and serving the community of Spanish Fort. So thank you again for what you do, and if you would like more information about Sunbelt Fire, please feel free to check us out on Facebook or Twitter. Thank you for what you do, and stay safe.